Hey guys, my name is Trent Lindsley, or Rockwell, and I wanted to do a kind of an overview of my plate carrier and my helmet setup today. Okay, so the plate carrier that I'm running is a Semapo Gear NCPC. Now I just want to talk for a second, kind of about why I picked the NCPC. I picked it over the Cry CPC because, well, mainly because of price. The NCPC was about $300 cheaper than an NCPC than a Cry CPC setup. The NCPC was about $340, whereas the Cry CPC is about $720 for the full setup with the harness and all that. The other thing is that I really like the skeletal 3-band cummerbund on the NCPC. Other than that, it basically has the exact same features as the CPC. Semapo is an incredibly good brand. They use basically all real material. The only difference between Semapo and the Cry in terms of build quality is that Semapo, for some reason, decided to use commercial threading instead of mil-spec Kevlar threading that Cry uses. I haven't really seen any problems with it in terms of the webbing. The one thing that did happen is while I was running AR500s in this plate carrier, I managed to rip the front plate bag. I stitched it up and it's fine now, but just keep that in mind. This isn't it's a well-built plate carrier, but it's definitely not necessarily for real steel to run real plates with, and I learned that the hard way. The other reason I like this plate carrier so much is because of the harness. A lot of people will rave about how comfortable the harness is, but I don't necessarily think that it's any more comfortable than any other plate carrier that I've worn, especially, a 1694 with the big pontoons or something like that. What it does do is it makes the plate carrier very, very stable, especially for me since I run a Polar Star. With the air tank and water on my back, my plate carriers tend to run really back heavy, but I don't really need to worry about that all that much with the CPC or the NCPC because the harness will keep everything snug up against your body, and it just makes everything very, very rigid and very stable. But the other thing is that it will expand and contract with your breaths and your movement, so you don't have to worry about you don't really have to worry about it suffocating you or hampering your breathing or anything, or your mobility. And the plate bags are cut really, really nicely, and it's just an all-around good plate carrier. On top of that, it has a lot of really neat integration features like the integrated radio pouches, the kangaroo pouch, the integrated admin pouch. And my personal favorite is the zip-on panels on the back because the zip-on pack panel is fantastic. So yeah, let's get into this a little bit. Okay, first up on the front panel, I have 3 magazines for a KWA LM4 sitting in the kangaroo pouch. I am a really big fan of my LM4, mainly because of realism, and it's just a fun gun to use. And yes, before anybody asks, I did name this gun Weiss. It's named after Weiss from the anime Ruby. I want to make a note about how I have the bungee set up. I took the over-the-top retention off, and I kind of put the bungees here in between the magazines, and I crisscrossed them. What this does is it allows you to re-index your magazines very quickly, and it allows you to draw a magazine very quickly. But having those bungees there instead of having them not there at all puts a little bit extra friction on the magazines, so it gives them a little more retention. The other thing that it does is it makes it so that once you take all of the magazines out of the kangaroo pouch, you can still have stuff on the front there without the kangaroo flap starting to sag away from the plate carrier. It's a really, really neat way to have your bungee set up because it just gives you it's just a lot more user friendly than having any sort of over the top retention, and it's a lot cheaper than having to buy like a whole Kydex insert. On the front panel, I have my CAT Combat Applications Tourniquet mounted with rubber bands. And beside that, I have some mil-spec Cobra flex cuffs, also just kind of mounted there with rubber bands. Beside that, I have 2 infrared chem lights that I can use with my night vision or for FFI or whatever. And besides that, I have a double tactical tailor pistol mag pouches holding 2 magazines for my Stark Arms Glock 17. These are actually really neat mag pouches because you can use them as closed top or as open top, so you can just fold the flap down. and there's actually a magnet inside the pouch that'll retain the magazine and put some friction on it for you. And I think that's a really neat innovation. Alright, and then up top in front of the admin pouch, I just have a jumbo IR American flag. Nothing too special there. And then I've just got my little operator roll of electrical tape on an S-beaner there. In the integrated admin pouch up here, I just on Velcro, I just keep my dead rag. It's a really cool low-profile admin pouch. You know, you can keep your phone or whatever up there. I just keep my dead rag there. The whole basis of this loadout was for a Team RTS setup, so I did set this up with dual comms. In the right side radio pouch, I have a Toy Soldier PRC 148. That's set for my command net. On the left side radio pouch, I have another PRC 148 by Toy Soldier, and that's set for my team net. For my right side comms, I'm using a Nexus amplified U94 PTT. And then on the left side, I just have one of the standard Peltor PTTs. I want to get another U94 just to keep everything kind of symmetric, but you know, that's what I have for now. For my right side comms, I did relocate the antenna using this antenna relocator cable. I'm using a Thales whip antenna, just kind of mounted on my back panel. Yeah, and as you can see, I just kind of ran the wire through the cummerbund and then down the back side of the panel to the antenna. And then for my left side comms, I actually don't have an antenna at all. I'm waiting for a second whip and a relocator set. Alright, now let's talk about how I have my sling set up, because this is actually a lot more complicated than you would think. Alright, so these are the CPC shoulder pads. They're integrated into the harness, and they're actually really nice. They've got this buckle here that you can use for quick detachment when taking off the plate carrier, and they have this super duper nice padding on them, and they're really comfortable. The problem is that they don't really have a way to integrate a sling, so we kind of had to jury rig it a little bit here and just kind of figure it out. So here's what I came up with. So what I ended up doing was taking apart my sling and running it through this little loop on the left side shoulder pad, and then running the back end through the metal piece that you normally use to adjust the playback height. Alright, then here on the right side cummerbund, what I have are two Semapo Gear single M4 magazine pouches. These are replicas of the Cry 330D pouches. And these are really cool because they hold only one magazine each, but that gives them really good retention on that one magazine. I've got two M4 magazines here, but a lot of times what I'll do is I'll kind of tuck the flap here back into the pouch, and then I'll put the magazine just back in there without the flap over the top, and it allows you to re-index and draw the mag a lot faster this way. Okay, here I have a Tier Tactical Micro SOF IFAC. This is a ripaway IFAC, so it's really cool because you just pull up here on this Velcro, and then the whole thing opens up. In here I basically just got like a basic first aid kit, and you know, just Velcro it back, and you got to re-zip up the sides. Yeah, that's basically that. Here on the back, I'm running the Cry CPC zip-on back panel. This is the pack panel. You can see it's got zipper integration on both sides for. Then what I have here is two tactical med shears pouch, just holding my 10-inch med shears. Not really medical use for these. I'll use them more for utility shears than anything else. For the most part, you know, cutting zip ties and stuff like that. Alright, then here what I have is a Tier Tactical 5x5 general purpose pouch. There's nothing in here right now, but normally I'll just, you know, throw general items in there. It's a really good small pouch that sits in line with the cummerbund well. I like it. Then I have the Blackhawk flashbang pouch. Good pouch. I've got it sitting there just holding a Fender B. No, it's just a shell as a placeholder right now. You know, Blackhawk is alright. The one thing I forgot to mention was I am running the Cry CPC stretch pouches on both sides of the harness. You can't really expect to re-index anything with these, but what they do is they allow you to carry a couple extra magazines just to have them on your person, and you can, you know, ferry them throughout your rig as you burn through ammo. Alright, now let's talk about the helmet. The helmet that I'm running is a FMA Maritime replica. This is the ABS version. It's not the aramid version, unfortunately, and it's not ballistic, even more unfortunately. I'm just gonna kind of show you a little view of it here. Okay, so I'm running the OpsCore mesh helmet cover on here as well. It's in multicam. I have a IR American flag on the right side of the helmet. I have a Lancer Tactical replica Princeton Tech helmet light on here. I did a little paint job and it kind of worn down, but whatever. I'm running the Peltor Comtac 3s. These are the dual com ones, as you can see here. There's the other side of them. You can see kind of the wire for the other side of the comms. And then the thing to note is that my bungee's ripped. LOL repros, right? And then yeah, you can see they ripped on my other side too when I was running them with my night vision. Up top I have a SNS Precision Manta strobe. It's really nice to have the IR, especially when you're running nods rectify. And then I have a FMA replica V light there for a dead call. You can see both of them are red, so I've got a lot of lights up there for dead calls. And then I've got a DTAC counterweight pouch back here. I want to show you kind of how I've weighted down the back of my helmet because I've just kind of thrown random shit back here. Like literally, I have a motor back here, works really good as a weight, surprisingly. And then on top of that, I have some coins that I've wrapped in duct tape so they don't rattle around. Also make great weights, especially when you've got nods back there. Yeah, just to have that little bit of extra weight in the back of the helmet really helps reduce the strain on your neck, especially if you have to tighten everything. All right, so here's the night vision. This is a ITT. This is a L3 Omni 5 PVS 14. I got this used from a buddy for a awesome price. I've got this just mounted on a standard USGI Rhino mount. Hopefully that will change soon and I'll get the IMBG, but it's really cool to use. I just got it like a couple weeks ago. The USGI Rhino mount is garbage. You see it's wobbling like a lot, so I wouldn't recommend using it, especially if you're going to drop a lot of money on a nod. Alright, the other thing I forgot to mention is I am using the Cry CPC roll-up pouch here. I'm kind of struggling to get it undone because I'm filming with my other hand, so just bear with my idiotic self for a second. I'll get this thing unrolled for you. There you go, I got it. So this is the CPC roll-up pouch. It kind of just velcros inside the plate bag, or you can velcro it onto the harness if you want to use it as a dump pouch. I have it on the front plate bag there, so I can unroll it just if I need to, grab some intel or something on the field that, you just need to quickly just toss away. You don't have time to stow it away. You can just rip it down, just toss whatever you need in there and go. And then you roll it back up and it stows nice and away on the front plate bag. That's basically the entire plate gear setup, guys. Thanks for watching.
I woke up this morning on my money shit. Grab my sack, hit the streets, I'm on some other shit. My girl out of town, I'm with my other bitch. Hit the mall, blew it all on a bunch of shit.